Hello, beautiful souls. I'm so glad that you could join with me today for our collective pull. We'll do 3 from the tarot to start off. See what messages we have here. Oh, we definitely have some interesting information. I think that this is, I'm flipping it upside down. I don't read cards upside down. I know that some do, and there's arguments for and against this, but personally, after studying the deck for so many years, I discovered that there are plenty of cards that cover the contradictory meaning of the cards. So I pull them and I read them as they are, and my decks know this about me. Daughter of Cups. Um, she's still trying to hone in on some details of stuff, and she's still working on focusing on the more positive elements of her relationships and her the the role that she plays in those relationships. There's a lot of walls that she's put up in the past that she's had to work through, that she has been diligently adjusting to and um, trying to bring some concentration back into how she projects herself, how she puts herself out there in the world. And there's going to be some times that it feels a little bit overwhelming, but also there's some times that she just really shines. She's really able to get through to people at this time. I'm feeling very connected with both our Nine of Pentacles, really strong positive influences that she's having on other people that is going to allow her more pathways and more opportunities in front of her. It's this personality, it's this charisma, it's this ability to relate to other people and connect to other people in this very real way that's giving her these deeper, I want to say intuition, but we're going to go right into intuition anyway. It's giving her a deeper understanding of how she relates to others in the world. This is a little bit more personal than some of the past readings have been. So I'm feeling like this is relating a lot more to our relating back and forth to other people in our lives, and even in opening up opportunities to meet with new people. When we are dealing with other people, this is we're doing well, things are going well, but there is this consistency in managing our resources, not just with our tangible resources, but also our energy. Managing our energy is what allows us to stay in tune with ourselves and to stay, therefore, in a realistic relationship with other people. She can get very emotionally connected with others, and this can affect her in very direct ways. It can actually cause her to go completely off course because she will get so emotionally attached to someone or want to do so much for this person. That person's having a bad day, she's affected by it. So not only with her emotional resources, but this is also reflecting on how she balances her actual tangible physical resources in the world. Now, getting that there has been some really positive influxes and some opportunities coming forward. It's not just about managing that. It's also about knowing when we need to be generous, when we need to share, when we need to give to others without expectation. How do we determine this? Well, that's where that high priestess comes in. The high priestess is here to guide us in the ways of knowing when someone is here genuinely in need of our time, attention, or even some genuine help in some area, or if they are taking advantage. I'm getting very strongly that this is about you having been taken advantage of in the past, being in a position where either you were able to do more with your time or your resources in the past with other people, and we're just kind of giving freely and being loving and helping these other people and just doing everything that you can, only to realize that that was not going to be given back to you if you were ever in need. And not that that's why we do it, but also we have to recognize that there are some people who are just out for themselves. They are not passing on the goodwill. I would have no problem sharing everything that I have to offer with another individual, even if they never share it back with me, if I know that they're going out into the world to do something good. They're going to help someone else. If they're going to inspire other people, then I'm going to absolutely give them everything that I can give them. But if they're just take, at some point I need to be able to discern between what these people are out there trying to do in the world versus people that just genuinely need a hand. They just need someone to lift them up a little bit, to give them some support, to give them some time and attention. So, this is about balancing our resources within ourselves, being able to discern between these situations where we're feeling as though someone is genuinely going to benefit from what we have to offer them, or if this person is just here to take advantage of the situation. We have a higher connection to source than many people have. We're feeling that intuition very strongly, especially near this full moon. It becomes heightened for many people. You're also going to see that there are a number of people that are just really struggling at this time. Some of them are just having bad days. Some of them have perpetually caused problems in their own life. And while there may be opportunities sometimes for us to change that trajectory, very often it's that person's choice and their habits that is causing these issues. It's not something that you have the power to stop. We can feel bad for them. We can feel so much for them. In fact, there's so much emotion in here that we can very strongly be pulled out of alignment ourselves. But this is also about allowing people to be responsible for their behaviors, and as well as you managing and being responsible for what's happening with you. If you give too much, you might throw yourself out of balance. Then what's going to happen when you're in trouble? You have to rely on somebody else. This is about trusting your circle. This is about trusting the path and knowing that when the opportunity presents itself and it feels right and it works and it's easy, we know this. We can trust this. We feel this. But there are going to be times that that is not the case. That we go, yeah, let me see what I can do. Yeah, give me just a few. When it feels like it's difficult, that is not in alignment with us. It should not feel difficult. If somebody says, "Hey, do you have $2?" and you reach in your pocket and you have exactly what they need, you got that. Perfect. The alignment was there. There was no issue. If somebody says, "Hey, can I borrow a few bucks?" and you go, actually, and I don't have my wallet with me, don't feel like you're obligated to go above and beyond at that point. Number one, it probably wasn't a crisis situation. But number two, you were not aligned at that moment for that to occur. Spirit is guiding you in all of these ways that seem so insignificant, but they are really, really important ways that you can kind of discern how things are flowing. It should feel easy. Your time to give to other people and your generosity, if it's a physical resource, should automatically be there and it should be easy. We shouldn't have to, like, if you have to figure out if you have enough money to pay your water bill and help somebody else, you're not in a position. This is where we're being careful about our resources. Hopefully that helps. Very interesting follow-up cards from our first three: new beginnings and healing earth, the ability, the power to give and receive healing. Again, with that discernment, the ability we possess, and as well as these enhanced new skills that we're being granted, that we're honing in on, that we're becoming more comfortable with. these guide you in ways towards new opportunities for you as well. It seems as though there's some individuals that will be crossing your path who will be benefited by your presence, benefited by your companionship, your guidance, or perhaps even just your energy, just being comforted by being in that space with you. This is not a direct relational, like it's not transactional where it's I've provided comfort or guidance or support to an individual and therefore that person is the opening of a path for me. But I am getting from spirit that your communion, your generosity, your compassion, your caring, your loving, what you do, what you provide to other individuals, it has opened up these pathways to some new opportunities for you to go beyond the capacity that you've been before. So I am seeing for some of you, this is about you getting in touch with your healing journey, but also more importantly, perhaps for some, this is your sign that um, the healing work for you is just taking either a new direction, getting more serious, or becoming more of a focus for you. I recently, for example, uh, it just occurred to me that it would be beneficial for me to do classes for individuals who want to learn Reiki 1, self Reiki, as well as learning some other energy healing modalities that I personally have developed, and making these available to people so that they can do this work on themselves and people in close proximity if they're willing. But just as an example, this is something that has come up to me through this healing pathway, something that occurred to me, something that was expressed to me from another listener that was like, I've been kind of working towards this, or I'm kind of needing help with this. And I was like, wow, I can help in this area. This is something that I can do. It wasn't a direct transactional situation, but it was through my communicating, my sharing of experiences, my relating the cards to other individuals, and intuition from spirit that another pathway had opened up for me in another area. And it feels very strongly like this is an area that I can perhaps do some really good, really, good, influential things for other people. So, just as a relational thing, taking your personal healing journey seriously, either leading to a new opportunity or leading to an opportunity for you to take this more seriously or to branch off in a way that is direct to you, is the real big message here. So this is you taking this more seriously, you taking these classes, you taking some other classes, getting in touch with these other healing modalities, and using these opportunities to continue on your own personal journey. Now, if your journey isn't of healing, if it isn't of healing others or of working with others through shadow work, um, then it's talking about opening up a pathway that leads towards you manifesting something that you desire. So your work, new opportunities, opening up new pathways, new beginnings in a lot of way, maybe even the opportunity for you to do something that you've always wanted to do that you didn't feel strong enough to do. And now through your healing work, you feel stronger and more empowered to do this. So this is your sign. Take it forward, to keep moving, keep doing what you're doing. Very specific message coming through here. Death and change came out at the same time, as well as my cat spirit claiming independence. Now, many of you will recognize the symbolism of the cat as one of our guides between worlds. So, a transitional animal that can go between these worlds and between the veil and in and out, and sometimes even guides individuals from this life to the next. So, with these cards, I'm feeling very strongly. Some of us are relating to an actual loss of a loved one, and feeling very connected to that loss, feeling a lot of grieving from that loss. Whereas some of us are actually grieving um, a change in life in another way, like relationship is just not continuing. You finally recognized one of the past readings was about your relationship. Is what Spirit's telling me. They just finally figured it out. Um, we know that when we discuss the death card in the tarot, that it means the same thing. And here I am learning that endings, dropping cards, endings are merely beginnings as well. Change is, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Sometimes we are too scared to move. And so the universe moves things for us. I'm not talking obviously about people that we love leaving this realm, but in cases of our relationships or even in a dead end job that isn't going where it needs to go, you just were settling, you were willing to accept what was, and you just were not making the changes. So the universe sent the changes. You got fired. You got downsized. You actually, I'm getting somebody like their hours got cut or their pay got cut, or they just finally it was something very disrespectful happened. And they finally just said, there's no point in me even being here anymore. Right. So universe is sending messages all the time. And sometimes these messages are not heard. So something more forceful happens. So if you lost employment, or you discovered that your partner was cheating on you and it was just so disrespectful, or they just decided to leave, they left. As much as it hurts when these things happen, you were not going to move forward towards what it is that you desire with that person, that situation, or that individual. It's pulling you out of that hole. It's pulling you out of that situation that you were just stuck in, that you were not leaving. We were just not giving up. It's not always pretty when that happens. There's going to be moments that it's painful. But overall, when these things happen, we have to recognize that the universe only sees alignment. So whatever you're feeling, if you're feeling this more committed, stable relationship, and the partner that you're with is not capable of providing it and is not in alignment with you, you cannot change them. That's not going to happen. The universe cannot influence them, and you cannot influence them. Instead, it will be moved out of your way so that you can go forward towards what it is that will work for you. So, what you have to think about instead is, thank you for making me aware of the fact that I was not in alignment with what I truly desire. And now I am free to go forward without guilt, free to go forward towards that. I'm also getting, in some situations, there was an inevitable loss. Like, and by that, I mean, this has nothing to do with your manifesting. You weren't manifesting this loss, but it was an inevitable loss. It was going to happen anyway. And with that loss, there is something that takes place that helps you moving forward. It was going to happen anyway. It just happened to happen in a way that allows you to go forward towards what it is that you desire. It's like a thank you. The person was an important part of your life. They knew that. You shared it with them. You shared your life with them. Things were beautiful. Things were wonderful. And they have left a thank you for you. And that thank you allows you to go forward into that next phase. That doesn't mean that we're not going to grieve them. It doesn't mean that we're not going to miss them. It just means that the universe has allowed them to say thank you in a way that does put you in alignment with what it is that you truly desire. This cat spirit is our claiming our independence. This is about recognizing that no one is going to be responsible for your happiness except you. We may want our partners to take some responsibility in that, but quite frankly, they're only responsible for their own happiness. And if their happiness and your happiness do not align, the universe will separate you. It will drive a wedge in there and you will go in different directions. This is a I'm getting that this is a piece of the puzzle for you. This is a step towards what you want to manifest. You are being required to do this part on your own. This is not anyone else's journey at this point. This is for you to be happy alone, to find joy alone, to discover what it is that you want, to discover what's next for you alone. Not that you will always be alone, but that right now you have to figure this out without the influence of other people, without the influence of other opinions and perspectives and their priorities getting in the way. So what we had going on there was not matched up. You will become in alignment with all that will as you embrace doing what feels right to you. If you don't have somebody telling you what you're going to have for dinner tonight, you have to figure it out for yourself, right? You don't have somebody sitting next to you going, well, I like chocolate cake for dessert. You're going to go, what do I want for dessert? Ooh, I want cheesecake. This is an opportunity for you to become in tune with you, just as a solo, just for you, becoming comfortable with that, becoming and embracing that and being able to do that, because I feel like there was some connection that you were just too giving too much, like that in our first video we had that daughter of cups and how she would like allow others priorities to oh no, they're having problems with this and so it's affecting me today. This gets us back in tune with ourselves so that we're not affected by that, like, oh, that's too bad. Sometimes it is. I'm getting for some of you that this was a friendship that was it's kind of past it's kind of aged out. It aged out is what I'm getting. It was a great friendship, and you're both at this point now where what you want and what they want are different things. But when you expressed what you wanted, because it didn't align with them, they didn't have positive things to say about it. And so I'm just getting that was it was holding you back. And so something happened. There's a disagreement. Somebody got a job change. They're moving across the country. You're just not going to have that much time to spend with each other anymore. Now you have to get back in tune. Where do you go to hang out when you're just by yourself? I'm immediately getting like that. Some of you have never just gone to hang out somewhere by yourself, and this is you got to change this. Now, for some of you, it's as simple as I'm going to go to the bookstore or to the coffee shop. And some of you, I go roller skating. Perhaps you're going to go get yourself a meal by yourself. Spending time with you and learning what you love as yourself, gaining that independence. This is the result of these major changes that have taken place so that you can have this new beginning, so that you can get in alignment and in touch and in tune with what you're actually manifesting. This is a part of the process. So, hurts, but you want to be grateful for that. The universe is showing you the way. It's right here. And the faster that you accept that and welcome that change and appreciate that change and what those differences can allow you in your life, the faster those manifestings are going to come. Thank you for joining with me today. If you have any questions, you're looking for some personal messages, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to do that. I can accommodate anyone at any budget level. So let me know what I can do for you.